Before the world sees your wins, your soul has to feel your work. It's the reps nobody applauds that produce the wins that do, all through a shifting of your identity into a dominator. This is all done in the dark every single day. So let me be your guide as I welcome you to this episode of the Dark Work Daily. Hump day, we're here. Getting after it. Hope you're getting after it. If you ain't getting after it, I don't know what you're doing. Like the whole thing of me being here and what I do is to move, to get work done, to pursue something great. Like this is what life's about, man. It's it's cool because we can enjoy the fruits of our labor while also laboring. You know, like there's a life that I think that has a balance in that manner where you enjoy the fruits of what you're doing while still doing it. And I think there's a lot of people that make good excuses and complaints or get pissed when people point out their weaknesses. But man, you have one or two ways to pursue the next stage of your life. Option one is you get mad at anybody who points out your inadequacies. You get mad at someone who's trying to help you. And it may not look like help, but it's what it is. If it's something where you need to be better and someone's pointing it out, don't get pissed at that person. Take it for what it is. If you were operating at a higher level, no one would have anything to say to you. But they do. So listen to it that way. But also, as you're pursuing something, there's a way that we have energy to move towards the next things. And what I've noticed is like who you were yesterday, like the person who behind you, they don't get a vote in building today's world, right? They don't get a vote on whatever takes place in the now. Now, you do want to have a person in your past because you've done something that you feel confident you want to serve, right? There's a past Anthony that I don't want to let down because he made a promise. I want to fulfill that promise. But I don't have to live in the past failures or past identities or past versions of who I am. Like those past things, they'll love you and they'll show up and remind you of who you were, but like who you really are, you get to choose right now. And this is a thought that I want to impress upon you because that's what matters most. It's about disqualifying old evidence at times of what you may not have done. But like just because you failed at something doesn't mean you have to fail again. And when you've done something great, you should, in fact, lean in and go, I did something great. Let me stack those days. And you are going to fall off track and get back on track. My entire life has been this. Getting to a point where I was killing it in high school and then I got a college scholarship and then I got injured. Had to figure out how to navigate this up and down world after earning a scholarship and earning a starting spot. I tear my shoulder. And then I went down, man. I was out, injured. I missed, I want to say, the last 5-6 games of the season. Coaches didn't like it. I didn't like it. All of a sudden, I got lumped in with the guys that are like the injured guys hanging out. I couldn't move my arm. I couldn't wipe my butt. So I couldn't play football, but I had to figure out this next thing. And so at one point, I was in the outs. My college coach, I went to him, I said, Coach, man, I don't know what to do. I said, listen, I can keep playing and I can strap my arm to my body and then run around with one arm, or I can get surgery. He said, you know what, whatever you choose, I'll support you. I said, cool. Took some time with it, and I go, you know what, it makes sense to get surgery to get healthy because if I wait till the end of the season, it's take longer to get back for the next season. So let me take care of it. That's my choice. He didn't support that. He said he was going to support it. When it came down to it 2 years later, after I had got injured, and I got back, I got after it. I gained weight. I was bigger than I'd ever been. I was in better shape. I was stronger. I was an animal. From surgery on my right shoulder, I got to be a dog. Like I was an animal after it. Recovery was great. Rehab was great. I was great. My junior year killed it. Senior year, I had a conversation, just kind of, randomly in the I was like a meeting offices somewhere. And he goes, yeah, well, I'm glad that you got back because you quit on me your sophomore year. And I go, what are you talking about? I quit on you. He goes, yeah, you quit on me. I go, you told me, you supported. He goes, I know what I said. And he walked out. I go, damn, that's crazy how people function. But there was a version of me, even in that moment, it goes, well, how do I pursue the next stage? Do I let this moment affect this next one negatively? I had already, without knowing it, had gone through a journey of not letting the old version of me who had gotten hurt and was kind of, out and could have just rode by, got a scholarship, had it paid for, been a guy in the background, practiced a little bit, rode the bench, but I'm not built that way. I got back healthy. I became a starter. I had to go play in the NFL, right? I got after it again. And I realized that version of me who got hurt, that didn't have to be the version of me moving forwards. And also the version of me that I got back after, that was in shape, that was taking care of my body, that was going to be, I wanted to let that guy know, I hear you. I see the work you put in. You put some work in yesterday. I'm not going to let that be for nothing. The work that you did will be worthwhile. It'll turn into something. And it did for me. It turned into more and more and more. And so what I found myself doing was progressing even more. Until I got to this moment with the coach having this conversation with me. I'm like, damn, who says that to somebody? But that's what he thought. And I had a choice then. Do I let this feeling affect me? Do I let this thought affect me? I go, no. I'm going to keep doing what I do the way that I do it. And I kept going, built something great, have continued building a great life. But it's always a matter of up and down. And then also out of the NFL, come home. life falls apart. I have this guy that I don't respect, and every day I'm just letting that man drive the next stages of my day because I'd lost my marriage and I wasn't in good shape and I wasn't a good father and the business wasn't going very good, and that was who I was, and I didn't like it. But I realized that the version of me today did not have to be the version of me tomorrow, and so what I did is every day did a little bit more. I stepped up. I became a better man overall. I take deep ownership for why my marriage fell apart, deep ownership for why the business wasn't working, deep ownership for why I wasn't a present father, why I was out of shape. Deep ownership. By deep ownership, I mean like it was stuff that many people would never accept, never even want to hear. It was painful to realize a lot of the things that I had been, I don't want to say at fault of, but responsible for and failed in my responsibilities. And I had to eat that. But when I did, I gave myself some power back. It was a loss of pride, but I got power back. And the power gave me the ability to pursue something and develop pride. And when I did that, I built something better. Like I built back to a place where I can share here confidently, like this is earned. This is something that's not built on the guy that wasn't a great guy in the past. This is built on the guy who I'm building every day. The guy who today will do work that tomorrow's Anthony won't let down and continue and continue. And if I have a day where I don't get after it, things fall off, I don't have to let that guy affect me. That's not the guy that I am. It's a guy that did some things, but I'm not that dude to my core. If I have a bad day, like, hey, chalk it up as a day that sucked, get back after it. I know who you are, and become by action who you know you are. And this is how our cycles work. It's how our lives are lived. It's pursuing something that's beyond our comprehension in the now, and on the journey of pursuing it, finding that we are going to have stumbles and pitfalls and roadblocks and we're going to fall down. But that doesn't have to be the end all. It doesn't have to be who we are. But also, when you have mustered up the energy and you push yourself into a new space, when that takes place, believe that's who you can be and who you may be able to be better than in time. But don't just think that, pursue with action. If someone of you today gets after it, then tomorrow, don't let yesterday's you down. That's it. As simple as it may seem, that is quite literally the key that I have found in my success is put in crazy hard work and do more next day and the next day and the next day, and find ways to have harmony with when you rest and get after it again. But when that becomes your cadence of life, life becomes something that is indistinguishable from a sense of like joy. Like my life is joy. I don't see the separate. I don't have many days that are bad days. Like even the heavy, hard, crazy days is joy, because I can be grateful and appreciate it because I know what I've earned and what I've put work in for. And when you can actually have that be your level of operation day to day, you're going to find your life is amazing. And that's a shortened word that does not give it the weight of what it is, but your life will be something that you absolutely love to live. And that's a life you deserve. So don't let yesterday's bad version of you affect today, and don't let yesterday's great version of you down. If this episode stirred something in you, good. That means there's work to be done. Don't ignore it, because listening is just the beginning. Because real change happens when you engage and you commit. So I invite you to join the Dark Work community inside the Dark Work app, which is where you communicate with amazing people on the same journey as you. You can find it on the App Store and the Google Play Store right now. Step into the conversations that sharpen your habits, strengthen your identity, and keep you locked in to the Dark Work.